Up, you guys? How are you? This is just some this is quick disclaimer, you guys. This is based upon my own experiences and my own practices. So in no way, shape, or form am I going out and saying that you need to try it or my way is the right way. These are based upon, like I said, my own experiences. So some of you guys are interested in how I do honey jars. Some of you guys might be familiar. They're popular, but it's an old ancient practice, old science that people use for different things, whether it be for prosperity, whether it be for protection, whether it be for love, which is the most popular, most common way people use honey jars. So I thought I'd share some of my experiences because you guys were interested in it. You guys asked a while ago. Um, though I'm not gonna really show you how to honey jar. There's like so many references on YouTube. There's so many references from um, online and things like that. Maybe from those who practice the Yoruba that can tell you the most popular deity that people work with when it comes to honey jars is Oshun. She's heavily associated with honey, so anybody who knows and works with Oshun is aware of the story behind the honey situation. So, yeah, I might do a separate video showing you how to do one if you guys are interested. I have my own that I've made. Um, this is my honey jar. um, so I have friends who practice the Yoruba as well. I actually heard it from them more detailed about these honey jars, and there's other things like mojo bags you can use for love too. Mojo bags can be used for other things too, but love is one of the most common practices I'm aware of. So as far as um, my experiences with manifesting and things like that, using different spiritual practices and different rituals and things like that, um, my most recent one, I would say like earlier this year, um, one of my exes that my most recent ex that I broke up with, like we had, it seemed like it was just not enough closure for me and him. So I just kept feeling like something just kept telling me within my intuition that I was going to hear from him or something like that, or I was going to see him somewhere. So I just kept getting these weird nudges and these weird signs. Answers I was still probing for and things like that. So I set an intention with my guides that if this is meant for me to pursue again, or if this is meant for us to hash out or get the clarity. So pretty much what I did, this isn't anything that I was taught to do. This was something that intuitively I was guided to do. So I used a small tea light candle, a white candle. I don't have one with me, but it's similar to this size. Okay. It was similar to this size. I took this and a piece of paper, which if you guys are familiar with petitions, you can use brown grocery bags, like brown paper bags or lunch bags. I'll get into that too one day. I'll show you how to do that. Like I said, but there's so many references on YouTube, you guys will probably figure it out on your own anyway. But I can show you guys. So I took a piece of paper. I actually use a notebook piece of paper, actually. I use a notebook piece of paper and I put my intention on it, and I pretty much said that if this is meant to go a certain way, if this is meant for me and this person to reconcile, or is this meant for us to be cool, be friends again, I put that intention out there. I put a couple of other intentions on there pretty much just to see if we could meet up and talk things out, or just talk things out how we've been doing it online or whatever. So I set the intention. I wrote my petition on a piece of paper, a small piece of paper, folded it up, lit the candle, and set the intention there. Other things that I also do is I write my intentions on my candles. Like I'll like scrape it in there. Like you can use a pen, you can use a tack, you can use a needle, and just write it in there. That's what I did. I left it overnight, and through that intention, we actually talked more, but um, it didn't lead to us being together. I think it just led to more clarity as to why we broke up and needed to break up. So, whatever intentions you set, just be prepared for whatever the outcome is going to be. I'm not one to, and I've done this before too, where I try to attract a specific person, like try to get an ex back with me rather than leaving it open to spirit. Like, okay, if this is the right thing for me, then I welcome it in. But I was kind of like trying to force it. Those things backfire. I'm not one to promote that unless you feel guided to, but I'm not that person. So I'm not going to set intentions for a specific person. Um, onto the honey jar thing. You guys, if you guys are interested in honey jars, they are good for attracting love, prosperity, protection. If you guys have someone who's difficult in your life, or you have you're going through a rough patch in your relationship or your partnership, you guys, you guys can put this person's name in this jar. Okay, so I've learned many different methods how to do this. The most ancient way or to use a honey jar that I've learned, especially if you're working with Oshun and it's in pertaining to love, take a yellow sheet of paper, because Oshun vibrates with yellow, red, orangey colors, kind of like whatever you would associate autumn with. Um, but yeah, so you use the yellow sheet of paper. You can use a black marker, a black pen, something that represents permanent energy, and you write Oshun at the top, Oshun, and then you put love and romance if that's your aim. So Oshun at the top, love and romance, and then you put the person's name and your name. But if you're the one that is pretty much in charge of the spell, if you want to call it that, you're over it, then you put your name first and then put the person's name at the bottom. Take a jar of honey, a clear mason jar of honey. You don't really want any like letters or wording or anything. You just want a clear jar. Put that yellow sheet of paper in the honey jar. Make sure that you have honey. If you guys live by a river, a creek, or something like that, a body of water, if possible, pour some of it in the ocean, in the creek, in the water, pretty much giving it to Oshun, and you state whatever will be will be. So it's pretty much whatever happens happens. So I set my intention, I want love and romance, or I want this person to be nicer to me, or this person to forgive me, or something like that. Put your intention in the jar. That's one way to do it. Others put things in their jar. That's the route that I went. I put things in my jar that are personal to me as far as what I'm looking for in love. I'm not going to tell you everything I put in my jar. You're not supposed to. But one of the things I put in there, I put certain spices in there that represent passion. So I put certain spices. I've heard people put hot sauce in theirs before. Um, you could put rose quartz in there. You could put rose oil in there. I put a ring in mine. I put many different things in there. I'm not going to tell you everything because it's my personal jar. I'm just sharing some of it with you. But, you can do it that way. Um, Also, you can put Florida water in here. Florida water is, well, at least where I'm at, it's not fairly that easy to find. I found it at a grocery store randomly. But you can either find it online, of course. Some metaphysical stores might have it. Some Walgreens, I believe, sell this too. So it just depends, but you can use that. You don't have to, but you can use this. Um, I have an oil that I purchased. It has different herbs and stuff in it, honey. I put some of that in there. It's my Oshun oil. Also, to charge up the energy, if you guys don't have a creek or something like that to give it to, you can pour it in your bath water or something like that and just release some of it. Also, I dedicate it to Oshun. I put, I usually have fruits and stuff like that, or fresh sunflowers that I put on my altar. I have a yellow candle that I dedicated to her, and I just charge the energy around it. That's what I do. Um, For some, I hear that it has short term use, like it's not totally permanent. Like you can use it to call in love, or you can use it to like soften the person's energy up. Like I said, if you have like an asshole boss or something like that, or someone that's just won't leave you alone, it has like a short term effect. So 3 months, I believe, at the most it works. So if you guys want to know if a guy is worth your time and effort, or a woman is worth, men, you can use this too, it's not just women, men can work with Oshun too. Or you don't necessarily have to. I wouldn't suggest that everyone works with deities, because you do have to build a relationship with them. There are offerings, you do have to keep up with that too. So I wouldn't suggest that you can do the honey jar without working with Oshun, but anybody can work with Oshun. um where was I getting at? So yeah, if you guys want to know if a female or a guy or whatever that you just met is worth your time and energy, it has that 3 month time frame on it. So if it's not who you want, you can easily just dispel it and be like, whatever, this person wasn't meant for me. um you don't want to just leave your, I'm bad at this too, but you don't want to just leave your honey jar stagnant without using it. So um if you guys want to keep the energy going, you could put candles. I usually do that too. I put tea light candles over just to keep the energy going. Or you can kind of shake up your honey jar. Just put some of your energy into it so it's not just staying there. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. I might do a tutorial and show you guys a way that you guys can do it. So it sounds confusing as I'm explaining it, so it's probably better to see it. I'm a learner that has to see things hands on sometimes, and rather than hear the instructions, I'd rather see it right there. You know what I mean? So yeah. Mojo bags. I have one, but I'm not supposed to show you it, so I'm not gonna show you it. Mojo bags, say for example you want to use a mojo bag for money, prosperity. You want to attract prosperity to you. You can use like a green, what do you call it? Let me show you. I'm not going to show you my thing, but I can't find anything smaller enough as an example. This is a big one. But it's something like this. You can find little ones. My mineral store, my crystal store at the mall that I usually go to, they give you little ones to put your crystals in, and that's one of the ones that I'm using. But you can get something that's like a velvet bag, but you can get something smaller. My mojo bag is small. Um, and this is actually the perfect color for love and romance, or like sexual energy, maybe confidence or something like that. But mojo bags, they're personal to you. You put personal items and things that vibrate with the energy you're trying to attract. So say you're trying to attract money, finances. Put things in there, herbs like bay leaves. I believe it's berry bay leaves. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Um, I'm pretty sure it's bayberry leaves or herb. You can use that. You can put bay leaves in there. You can put whatever you feel like is going to attract money to you. You can put coins in there, maybe a lucky coin or something that symbolizes luck to you. You can put that in there. Whatever vibrates with you and whatever stands out to you that you would think money attracts. You can even put a petition in there like, okay, I need $1,000 by May 7th, or I need this bill paid by this and that date. You can do that. Your mojo bag is not to be seen by anybody. You usually want to wear it on your body as much as possible. So if you're going out about your day, carry it on you, carry it with you. Sleep with it. I sleep with mine underneath my pillow. Just carry it with you. You're not really allowed. That's the saying. You're not allowed to have anyone see it or touch it. So it's very personal, very private. So that's one way. So if you're going to use it for love, you can probably use like a pink bag or a red bag. Mine is neither of those colors. It's just one that I felt was sacred and private. So that's what I use. Um, you can put many different things in there. If you have like your husband or your wife situation, or you want to attract love, you can be specific in what you're looking for, characteristics wise, personality, things, your no list. You can put a list in there. You can put a rose quartz in there. You can put perfume in there. You can just put whatever you feel guided to do. My friend, she does some very interesting things with her mojo bag. Like she puts water in it sometimes. Like maybe I think she says she puts her candle wax in there. Like, just different things you can do. It's personal to you. What else? Weight loss, that's a good question. Of course there is spells for weight loss for sure. Beauty spells are good for that. If you're trying to do like a beauty spell, I would say using a mirror. Um, there you got to look that up. I'm not gonna steer you wrong, but I know that beauty spells are good for weight loss. Aphrodite, Isis, Oshun, they work with inner beauty, self love, confidence. So I would work with them too. They're not just about love, but self love, beauty. You can do that. Um, Whatever works for you. See, I feel like for me, I'm just like a natural. I guess not. I don't want to say witch because you guys are like, oh, but I'm natural with my abilities. Like I use what's around me. I might take things here and there from like things that I've learned and ancient practices or things that from people that I trust and know that do things for them. I do that, but usually things just come to me and I naturally do it. Like sigils, I have sigils everywhere. Like if you guys, whoever said school and stuff like that, yes, you can do things, rituals and spells for schooling, maybe focus, maybe to get better sleep or, you know, more pay attention focus. Sigils. I have sigils like that keep me focused. I have sigils for everything. I find sigils that resonate with me or I make my own sigils. Um, Let me see. Let's see. I have like them everywhere on my desk. So I have different sigils that I use. They have one for, focus, better sleep, more energy. You can make your own sigil. It's pretty easy. You're just making symbols, really. So, let's see. It's study time. Just playing. Let's see. Um, how can I explain this in the best way possible? Okay. So say I want to be focused in school. So I'll probably make like a book in my head because I'm thinking about studying. So here's a book. This to me is a book, an open book. Then I can put focus. Maybe I'll put like the third eye in there. I'll create an eye out of that. Focus or energy is penetrating energy through my crown chakra. That might be one that you can use. It's simply just whatever your intuitive mind, creative mind really, you can create your own sigil. And the thing about sigils is you do have to keep them around you where you see them every day because symbols program our mind subconsciously. So you know what this symbol means to you because your mind created it. Pretty much. That's one thing I would say for, studying school, good grades, weight loss even. Let's say you want a weight loss one, just for an example. So say you want to lose weight in your belly area or something like that. You want to lose weight in your belly area. I'm not good at drawing. Say this is you, this is your belly. You want the weight to drop. That could be a sigil. It just whatever resonates with you. You can put numbers. You can set a petition. I'll do the petition thing soon one day. Those are very they're not complex, but it's better if I show you how to do a petition rather than try to tell you because it's so confusing. But yeah, what else? What else did you guys ask for? Is there one to protect your third eye? Yep, I have one that I made. Where is it? I think it's on my altar. But I made one for self-protection. So there's one to attract money. There's one for psychic protection. There's one for angelic protection. I can't move it off my desk. I have one for a karmic wheel that I created. So anything that you put out and give to me, whether it's good or bad, it comes back on you 10 times fold. So that's another thing. I have all kind of sigils. There's some that I've taken from others that have worked. There's some that I just make on my own. I think making your own is the best. Um, what else did I want to say? Oh, okay. So I forgot. Money spells. I'm pretty good at manifesting money. So that might just be the Taurus in me because we're like money business oriented people. But money rituals, I have a lucky dollar bill that I found. I have that on my altar. Money candles, you can buy those money candles that say like win the lottery or manifest money now. You can buy those candles, or people make candles and put like different herbs and stuff and fuse them into the candle. Or you guys can buy a green candle. I use it already. So like a 7-day candle that's green. Say a green 7-day candle. You can use that. You can put money symbols on it or something like that. You can put the amount that you're trying to attract on there. Be very specific. I wouldn't always set intentions to just continually manifest money all the time. Like, oh, I just need this. I just need that. I mean, it's up to you. But when I needed a certain amount of money at a certain amount of time, I set the intentions in my candle. I wrote a petition down to my angels and my guides, and I pretty much wrote it as if I already had it, as if it was already coming to me, it was owed to me, and I manifested it. So, 10 times, like more than what I asked for, actually. So, that's another thing. But I think I put the intention like this amount or more, and of course, that's what I got. What else? There's so many things that I can like tell you. I can't even like think. But yeah, I'll do some tutorial videos on certain things. Like no way, shape, or form am I like a professional. I'm like, oh, I'm a guru at this. I'm just going off of experience of what I've done and what's worked for me. What else? Adding your own essence into your stuff. Yeah, like my friend said like putting like singing to my bag, like she said I can sing to my mojo bag. I don't know why, but she said sing to it. Putting it on your flesh as much as possible. You can put your picture in there. You can put a picture of someone in there. You can breathe in the bag just to give it life. There's so many different things you can do. It's all of what you feel guided to do. This is a grounding candle that I got from a metaphysical bookstore that I went to. It's good for grounding, and you see it has a sigil on it already. So it already has that intention of grounding when I look at it. I don't burn it often. I don't really need it all the time. But it's right there for me. My Oshun candle, I actually have one that had Oshun on it. But obviously I wrote, you can't see it anymore. But I just put the intention that that's who it's dedicated to. And it's yellow. She vibrates with the color yellow. What else? Symbols. You guys, for those of you asking about protection, I use the evil eye, which is to ward out negative energies or evil spirits. I use this. I keep it on my desk when I'm reading. I use it like right here. It's always here. Um, what else? Of course, sage. Of course, I use rosemary, kind of just fan the energy out. I'm weird. But I bought like a bundle of rosemary and I kind of just flap it around just to clear the energy. That's just what I do. Palo Santo wood, cedar grass, cider, cedar grass, whatever you want to call it. Those are good. Um, Florida water is good to cleanse out negative energies. I rub my hands with it. I rub my cards with it. I rub my desk. If I feel like attacked, I grab this. I don't know why. It's like holy water, pretty much. It's a cologne, but it's got something in it. Like the properties in it. Something in this is like people use it. People in the West Indies for sure like really use it. I think my Nigerian friend, he was like, "Oh, you got that Florida water." So some people know about it. They know about it. Um, Olive oil is good. Like that's like one of the blessing oils that I remember as growing up. Like my grandma always putting blessing oil on us before we go to bed. And it's all it is olive oil, but the intention is to bless your energy. Um, you can make your own Florida water, yeah. I thought about it. Anything that's yours, I promote it. If it's yours, I made my own rose oil. Anything that's just your energy, I promote it. So there are recipes to make your own Florida water. I might do that one day because I like making my own shit. always anyway. So that's one thing for sure. What else? If you guys want to have like a good singing voice, maybe working with like your throat chakra. You can set intentions, get intentions, intentions with. That reminds me of my friend. Say you have a blue candle. It doesn't have to be a 7-day candle. It can be like a small candle or something like that. It could even be a wick candle. You know the little what's that brand called? What's that candle company called? They got the good scents and shit. You can even use that and put like a sigil of like singing or something for you that resonates with you. Um, there's so many things you can do. Like the fun thing about working with rituals, like of course you want to be clear on your intentions and what you're trying to manifest, but the more creative you are, the more the better. But you do want to stick to the specifics. Okay, so if you're gonna do like protection spells, you either work with white or black energy. Black energy is like the most powerful energy to ward off negative energy. I prefer black salt over white sea salt. Black salt is like A1 when it comes to protecting negative energy. Oh, here's another example. So I made my own black salt because I don't really like buying spiritual stuff offline from people. Like, especially if they make it, you never know where their intentions are. They could have a bad day when they made that shit. You never know. I just don't trust it. So I'm like, I'm going to find my own recipe and I'm going to make my own black salt, which I did. It wasn't exactly black as I wanted it. It was black enough. Because I put the intention that whoever is trying to come in here in my house with some funky ass energy, they're not going to get in. So one of my family members didn't even come in the house. She knocked on the door and handed off to me whatever she had to drop off. So I sprinkled over my room door, all over the edges of the walls in my house, outside the front door. I sprinkled that white or that black salt, and that person did not want to come in. So there you have it. Um, yeah. So that's pretty good energy, warding off negatives. There's hot foot powder. That's an ancient one that people use. I've used that to keep people away from me as well. Um, reversing them. You mean like dispelling it? Like, that's a good question because some people have their own method of how to dispel a spell, like get rid of it. Or when you're done with it, that's a good question because it depends on your intention. So some people say that you have to throw it behind you and never look back, like just let it release it, throw it. I have a road track that I go to, like a train track that I go to. A lot of people, when they're done with the spell or something that they're releasing, you usually throw it over the train track and you never look back. Just keep moving, keep it moving. Um, like sending it back to someone, that's more like a protection spell. I'm not one. There's people out there that are grimy with their like reverse back on you spells. Like I'm not that person. I just set whatever the intention is, like whatever is meant to come back on you, like whatever you put out to me, you get back. So if you're showing me love and you're a genuine person, you're supporting me, I send that back to you tenfold. If you're an asshole and you're trying to fuck with me and do things against me, that shit, I want that to backfire on you. That's pretty much it. But if you're a light person and you're like, I don't want to do that. Oh, as far as death, okay, yeah, that's fucked up if somebody's wishing death on you. Mm. It's up to you if you want that to reverse back on them or you want divine spirit to handle it in the way that they're supposed to handle it with that person. But I would suggest definitely doing a protection spell. Like I said, black salt is very powerful. Of course, you have to keep it going. Another thing that's powerful is the hot foot powder that I mentioned. Can't remember everything I put in there. You could probably find a reference on that hot foot powder. Um, I'll show you guys how to make these things. Just let me know. I'll show you guys how to do it, like a tutorial or something. I know my channel is a reading channel, but I don't mind sharing things with people who are interested. Um, What did I use? I know it was cayenne pepper that was in there, and I believe it was sea salt. I think that was it. Pepper. It was sea salt, black pepper, and cayenne pepper. There's a way that you have to crush it up, and there's a way that you have to like stir your spoon. I think it's counterclockwise. I don't quote me on that. I will look that up first. What's up, Ilani? Yeah, I need to do a tutorial. I will. I'll do tutorial on honey jars. I'll do a tutorial on petitions and the hot foot powder. But you guys can probably find that one anywhere. But yeah, I put some of that on my front door. It rained. I was so mad. It was raining when I did it, but I believe it still worked. So that person hasn't fucked with me since. So I would do that. If you're not into wanting that to come back on him, don't do it. Don't do it. Um, oh yeah, mirrors. Thank you, Ashley. Mirrors are the bomb. Yeah, my friend used that. She got somebody fired that was fucking with her. So yeah, I'm just saying. Um, Hazma, yep. The evil eye, like I said. I carry this on my desk all the time. It stays where I'm at. Um, you can use sigils. I have sigils for that to keep away negative energy. This one I know for sure is the sigil that keeps away negative energy attacks, psychic attacks. That's one of them. Yeah. Yeah. So you can do that. Keep it like you have to have your sigils around where you can see it. Like I said, symbols program the mind. So as often as you see it, the more it's going to program that in your subconscious mind that you're protected. Maybe even affirming it. Praying, if you guys work with angels, if you work with your ancestors, deities, things like that. Archangel Michael, he plays no games. You can work with blue energy light, black candles, black energy. I'm telling you, black energy is one of the strongest protective energies there are out there. I have my white candles that I use for that, and obviously you can see that some sort of negative energy has been cleansed out based upon where. And that's another thing too. I might do a tutorial on how to read candles too. I'll do that. I'm not just a tarot reader, you guys. I'm not just a tarot reader. All right, but yeah, I can't think of nothing else. If you guys got some questions, because you guys are sending a whole bunch of questions to me. Oh yeah, thank you, Julia. You just reminded me of something. The freezer spell does work. I think it's short term, as long as you keep it up, of course, but it only lasts so long. But I had this one chick that was like, I don't know what her deal was. I don't know if she was stalking me. I don't know if she was kind of, she had a crush on me. I know that. But she started getting a little out there. So what I did was I put that bitch on froze, excuse my language. You get a Ziploc bag, take a Ziploc bag, fill it up with water, take a small piece of paper, like just a sheet of paper, black marker, write the person's full name on it. If you don't know the person's full name, if you don't know much about them, maybe all you know is, say they're like a internet stalker. You don't know nothing but their username. Whatever you have, Spirit knows your intention. Put it in there. Put that motherfucker on freeze. Put it in the freezer and leave it there. That person will leave you alone. It only works so long though, but you have to keep it going. Obviously, I didn't keep it going. She actually came back not that long ago, but after a while, sometimes you guys just ignore people if you can. If it comes down to restraining orders, then by all means do that. But you got magic at your disposal too. What is a fine line with black magic and using black colors for good? I feel like people demonize the color black for one. Black is a very protective energy. It's all in your intention. Again, it's all in your intention. If your intentions are to ward negative energies with black energy, then yes. If your energy is to put bad onto someone, then that's your intention. So it's all in your intention. Yep. That stuff works. Black energy, like black energy, let's just say, Because every time people, like, I've had a friend that asked me one time, like, I saw a black shadow in my room. It freaked me out, but I wasn't really scared of it. It just freaked me out. It surprised me. Like, some people think that when you see little black shadows, it means it's an evil spirit. Sometimes those are protective energies. Um, Also, like, black energy is just subconscious energy, too. Some things that are in light are deceptive too. You guys just gotta be aware. Really, that's all it is. Anything that comes across as light and shiny and beautiful can be fucked up. So it's all in your intentions, but it's also in your awareness, your conscious awareness of things. Like, for one, the things that I've been taught through Christianity, I know some of that shit is fucked up. Some of it's a lie. So you just gotta be protective. Yeah, you just gotta be aware. So not everything that's black is evil. Even when you say black magic, what I think when I hear black magic is like my ancestors, if you black people, you want to call it ancient magic, black magic. That's what I call it. Um, It's the properties in it. It's just a cologne, but something about it, some sort of inner, like, they don't even have all of the fragrances on there. It's weird, but there's something that they put in it. And I feel like it's better to make your own because you know what's all in there. But there's some sort of properties in it that work. What's another? There's this oil that I use. It's called African Pride or something like that. It's an oil. It has sage and shit in it. Something about that. I don't know why. I just feel good when I have it on. Not because it makes my skin shiny and soft, but there's something protective about it. So, little things in your house, you don't know how powerful they are. Rosemary, sage. If you don't have sage bundles, like, you can't find any like metaphysical stores or mineral stores with sage bundles, you could probably find that anywhere. You can find it in your house. I used to burn sage seasoning, just put it in my, this is where I burn my sage and stuff. I just put it in here, burn it, light it, same effect. What else? How do I come across it? A lot of people that I know I know a woman that's one of my close friends. She's a Uribus. That's one. I come across different things that I've studied. I wouldn't try each and everything unless you feel comfortable. Not everything is going to work for you. Not everything somebody else has tried is going to work for you. That's why I kind of just use my own practices, really, or what I feel guided to do. So one thing is, you can't be scared. If you guys are interested in magic, whatever you want to call it, rituals, spells, and all that, if you're interested in that, you can't go in with fear. That's one thing. I look at this stuff as like tools that the divine has given us. We can either use it or abuse it. Just like me being a tarot reader, I can use it for the highest good or I can abuse it. That's just what it is. Um, what else? I have certain books on the Orisha, so that's one thing. I have books on how to set up altars, so that's how I get some of my information. Like I said, I have close friends who practice Yoruba, who do rituals, things like that. So I have that to help me. What else? I don't work with Kali, so I can't tell you how to do that. Binding spell? Yeah, see, yeah, I don't know about the binding. I heard people say, like, just bind the person's energy. Like, why would I want to bind the person's energy? Because if they're no good to me, or I know that their intentions aren't good and I'm trying to bind them, this is just my opinion, then that means, like, I'm obviously holding that energy hostage, or I'm keeping it in the way, like, keeping it in my life. Why not cut it off and fucking release it? That's how I see it. Um, how do you cut ties with people who no longer vibrate with you, you mean? Um, well, there's multiple ways you can do it. I do releasing spells. I do, whether you do it through automatic writing, I do it through burning letters, like spirit release this person out of my life. That works. And sometimes it doesn't work because maybe that stuff isn't done with that person, because we have karma with every person we meet, whether we perceive it as a good or bad karmic situation. Sometimes it helps to call Archangel Michael if you work with angel guides. Archangel Michael is the angel of cord cutting. You can do that. You can say different prayers or affirmations like I accept, and I accept letting go of this person, or I'm ready to remove you out of your life. And you want to do it from a place of love. You never want to release, even if it's the worst energy in the world, like somebody that's an asshole to you or someone that may be dangerous. Release it with love. I feel like that's the best intention. So, for example, say I don't like the fact that I overeat or something. Let's say, for instance, I don't like the fact that I'm an overeater. So I'll say, with love, divine spirit, whatever this energy is that I have of excessive eating, I release it to wherever it's meant to go, so that I have healthier eating intentions or something like that. Or this person's bullying me, divine spirit. I send this person whatever they're meant to receive and get, and whatever is of your highest good for them, let it be. It is what it is, rather than going, I don't want this person. And when you keep affirming what you don't want, you'll find that you'll keep attracting it. So the more you kind of just do the reverse, or state that it is so, or it's handled, or it's released, whatever it is, come back on them if that's your thing, because that's my thing. Whatever you put towards me, you're going to get back. That's just, I feel like that's universal law. That's karma. So why not? If you're good to me, I want good to come back to you tenfold. If you're an asshole to me, then I want whatever you trying to put on me to come back on you, because that's what you deserve, right? Right. All right. So books. I'm gonna be honest. I don't do books. I have some books. I would, if you guys want to work with the Yoruba, if you guys aren't scared to work with that type of stuff, you can look books up like that. Um, I'm so slow. So I have all these notes and stuff in my book. But I'm slow. I thought I was getting the Tarot of the Orishas, and I got the book instead. So I'm slow. But actually, I learned a lot of good things in here. They have prayers and affirmations for each Orishian. Prayers to Ogun, Chango. They got all this stuff in here. Um, this book is dope to me, especially if I'm a reader. They have a ritual for cleansing your cards. I love this. Even though it's for a tarot, it's got a lot of information in it. So I fell across this on accident. Um, it's created by Zolrak Durukan. It's the Tarot of the Orishas companion book. The Book of Altars. I was guided to buy this book a long time ago. Altars Made Easy. It's just a simple book. It just helps you how to set up different, like, this book is dope. I don't know why I don't always go through it. Authors for building and creative processes. Oh, crystal grids. Those of you who are crystal lovers, crystal grids are the bomb. I know you guys heard of crystal grids. Oh, I have pendulums. Message boards. No, I've never worked with one. I don't really want to do it. Animal totem books. I have one. Where is it? Some of y'all see me pull it out before. I have a lot of mess in my room. I gotta clean it up. I gotta get rid of this book. I bought that a long time ago too. I gotta get rid of this shit. This shit, I'm gonna be honest, it was a waste of time. Like, I get where she was going with it, but it was like, no. What else? I gotta get rid of that book. Where's my animal totem book? I can't find it. Oh, God. I'll find it another time. I can't find it over here. I got too much stuff, books and shit over there. But it's like a little animal book. It's a guidebook. That's what I believe it's called. A guidebook. Animal guidebook. I think that's what it's called. If you guys want to look up what animal totems mean, there's this one website that's actually called Spirit Animals or something like that .com. You can look it up. But yeah, crystal grid, you guys. I'm sure you guys know about crystal grids. Um, so say for example, love is always our theme. So if you're trying to attract the energy of love, rose quartz. This is a rose quartz sphere, but like pebbles, a whole bunch of rose quartz. So just say for example, I can't show you right now. Obviously, my desk is a mess, but you have like a space or an altar space or a table or something that you can put it on. Just put it wherever. People make their own. Like I used to make my own. That's really what you're supposed to do. I don't really suggest doing it how someone else did it. They have crystal grid books, I believe, but I do it by myself, which I would suggest you do, however you feel guided to. You can do like different crystals in a heart shape with like different little structures, however you feel guided to. Like, I gotta do an example. So say you just build a whole bunch of crystals going in a like a heart shape or something. I'm really bad at drawing. Like in a heart shape or something like that. And then you got clear quartz or more rose quartz that are kind of going outward, like the energy's vibrating out. You can do it however you feel guided to do it. But the intention is self-love or romantic love or money. If you want to do money, then malachites or aventurines or citrines or better health with my joints or something like that. You know, you can use like light colored crystals for weight loss, like tiger's eyes. Carnelians, I believe, work with the solar plexus or the sacral, like your digestive system. So if you guys want a weight loss ritual, you guys can do a crystal grid on it. There's so many different things that you can do, you guys. Those of you who are public speakers or singers or people who want to be more comfortable with communication, blue colored stones, like I don't remember what this baby's called. I don't remember what, I think it's a blue agate. They kind of look like my nails, kind of. I can't remember what that one's called. I'm slow. But you guys can look up charmsoflight.com is one of my favorite websites as a reference to what crystals work with what and what chakras they work with and what astrological signs work with what crystals the best. That's my favorite website. Charmsoflight.com for crystal references, that is. So charmsoflight.com. Um, who else? I don't know who else. I can't think. But Charms of Light is called charmsoflight.com. What crystals help me with my digestive system? Which crystals help me with heart issues and all of that? You know what I mean? Can you manifest a time frame? Um, like I said, when I tried to do my money spell that I did, I needed money to pay a bill at an exact time. I did manifest it way before my time frame. So it could be you leave that window open. Like, this is the time frame that I need it. I'm open to whenever it comes. So it's kind of like you just leave it open. But yeah, be more specific as much as possible. But yeah. But yeah, that's what I did. I set the intention like, Spirit, I need this amount of money or more by this time to pay my bill. And I did manifest it like a week or so before. Like, the thing about it is some people have it like that where they can just spontaneously get some money in the mail or somebody hooks them up or something like that. For me, yeah, it kind of happens that way. Like, people might help me, or attract people that can help you. But I get motivated. Like, it just kind of puts you on a path where you're kind of working already to manifest what you want. You're not really just sitting waiting for it to happen. You're flowing with the universe in a way that you're also helping to make it happen. Because you set the intention. So, yeah. What else? Did I go into, like, candles and sigils? Well, yeah, I did. But, like, the example with my grounding candle that I bought from the metaphysical store, they already had a sigil on it for grounding. But you can buy your own candles. Like I said, money magic. You can put, like, dollar signs on it. You can put the amount you need on it. You can put affirmations on it. There's a science to making sigils too. So, what's the reference? Let me see. There's this one website that I went to. It helped me a little bit, but I found it better to just make it on my own. Yeah. There's so many ways you guys can do it. Like, really, if you guys have a college or school in mind, if that's what your aim is, like you're trying to get into a specific school, oh, vision boards. I don't really fuck with vision boards like that. I don't really care for vision boards. They work for some people and some people they don't. I think it's just fun, I guess, to like scrapbook and stuff like that and do it, but I never really got into it. So, Mm. But vision boards work, like say you know the college you're trying to go to, I would like paste pictures of them all over your room or like make a vision board with the college you want to go to. You can even the petitions, like oh my gosh, I have to do a thing on petitions. What's up, India? Yeah, I have a friend from India. So, yeah. I want to get into the petitions, but it's like so complex that I would have to show you my table. So when I do my tutorials, and the sun's going down, when I do my tutorials, you guys, I will show you how to do petitions. I will show you guys how to do um, the honey jars. What else did I say? Maybe crystal grids too. But you guys, I feel like you guys can wing it. Like, again, you guys, I am not a guru. I just go off of my own experiences and what's worked for me and that of others close to me that are well practiced than me, way more practiced than me, or have shared their experiences. Um, I do study occult magic too. I'm into occult magic, not like, you know, the whole Illuminati stuff, not that type of like ancient science stuff. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm into stuff like that. Pretty much that's what we're using anyway. So law of attraction is an ancient science that we use all day, every day, whether we realize it or we don't. But it's better to have the intention set. Plus, we're in a new moon, so if you guys are trying to manifest your dreams, you guys can use a number of different things to do it. It's fun. I find it fun being able to create my own magic and my own spells. It's like it brings out my inner child more than anything. It does. It brings out the creative side of me, at least for me. And that's when you make the best you get the best results when your heart is in it and when you're just doing you creatively. Like I said, you guys, you can't go in with fear. um, you will see results a lot of times, so you do have to be open to what spirit shows you. Do everything with awareness, though. Don't just do things frivolously without much thought and energy. Don't do things without clear intentions. That's just a side note. Anything you do, make sure you're clear with what your intentions are, because this stuff is very real. um, it's just ancient science. That's all it is. It's very real. So just be clear with your intentions and be assertive with what you're asking for too. But yeah, I always say just be clear with what your intentions are before you do anything. If there's other people involved, please be very aware and clear with your intentions. If there's other people's free will involved, if there's other people's lives involved, be very mindful of that, okay? So, yeah, if you're doing anything to hurt somebody, that's another thing. Be careful of doing that too. Okay? So, yeah. You guys, if you set an intention like to manifest something, you have to, for one, believe that you're either going to get just what you've asked for or something better than that. That's the key to manifestation. If you're attached on, that's my best things that have worked out for me. I lost attachment to them. I wasn't stuck on the wins and the how. I kind of already knew they would happen, or I just trusted that they would make, they would, come through for me, the things that I asked for. But the worst, the times that I didn't really get what I wanted is because I was fearful of it. I kept over analyzing it, kept second guessing myself. That's when those things don't work. But when you kind of release the attachment to something, those are one of the best rituals and spells too, manifestations that work. So some people are like, oh, that person's just lucky. Oh, they got that car because they're lucky. Like, no, they believe that they deserved it. They believe that they could manifest it. That relationship that they're in, they believe that they deserved it. They believe that they can have it. That's why. If we're just like focused on when am I going to get it, why don't I have it, afraid that it's not going to work, then it's not going to work. Because that's the energy we put out. That's the thing about manifesting. It's law of attraction, cause and the effect. How did I get started? I actually learned about law of attraction back in 2011, so very short time, and it's just trial and error. Like I started manifesting signs and symbols, and that's when I was like, oh shit, like what is like, I thought I was geeked by it because I was like, I didn't know that I had the power to do those things. I always relied on praying to Jesus and praying this and praying that, but when I kind of just learned how to work with my mind, then that's when I was like, oh my God, like this shit really does work. And it freaked me out a little bit, but it was kind of exciting. Like it just opened up a whole new door for me. Abraham Hicks is one of them that I've learned from. What's his name? His name is Neville Goddard. He's like an old teacher. Bobby Hemmett, he might be a little bit too much for some of you guys, but he's one of the people that I listen to. Yeah. Who is Noto? It sounds like an anime character, no disrespect, but it kind of does. Yeah. This was fun, you guys. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys later sometime this week, and I'll try to do these tutorials because I do want to share some of my knowledge and things that have worked for me. Like I said again, disclaimer, Chinoa is not a guru, but she's just doing her, I guess. Cautiously doing her as much as possible, being very conscious and aware and clear with her intentions as possible before she does anything. I try to be, at least. So that's what I'm doing. Much love to you guys. This is fun. I appreciate you guys for joining me and all of your questions and stuff like that. Yeah, if you guys have more, keep them, save them, and I'll see you guys on the next live when I do my tutorials sometime. So keep whatever you got in your head, and then I'll keep note of that. Or keep note of it in your head, and then when we come back, share it with me. All right. Much love. Happy Sunday. Happy new moon manifesting. Peace.